What if a quiet island nation, ruled by swords and honor, could transform into one of the most powerful empires the world had ever seen in less than 50 years? No gold mines, no massive land, no early industrial power, just discipline, sacrifice, and ambition. Japan was once a closed country, living under samurai rule for centuries. Then, almost overnight, it became a modern military giant, flying warplanes, building warships, and challenging the greatest powers on Earth. But this rise came at a terrifying cost. Hidden wars, secret military programs, and decisions that changed the course of human history forever. For more than 200 years, Japan lived in isolation. Foreigners were not allowed to enter. Japanese people were not allowed to leave. The country was ruled by samurai warriors and powerful military leaders called shoguns. Life was strict and traditional. Samurai lived by honor. Farmers worked the land. Merchants traded quietly. Japan had no interest in world power. It wanted peace. It wanted control. But everything changed in 1853 when foreign warships appeared at Japan's shores. American black ships arrived with cannons and demands. Japan had no modern navy, no modern guns. And in that moment, Japan realized something terrifying. If it didn't change, it would be conquered. Japan made a decision that shocked the world. Instead of resisting modernity, it embraced it. The Meiji Restoration began in 1868. The samurai system was ended. The emperor was restored to power. And Japan copied the strongest nations on Earth. They built railroads, factories, modern armies. Young men were sent to Europe and America to study technology, weapons, and industry. The samurai sword was slowly replaced by rifles, armor by uniforms, castles by shipyards. In just a few decades, Japan transformed from a medieval nation into a modern industrial empire. But power awakened hunger, and hunger demanded territory. Japan's first great target was China. In 1894, Japan shocked the world by defeating China in war. A nation once considered weak had beaten a giant. Then came Russia, one of the strongest empires on Earth. In 1905, Japan defeated Russia in a naval war. This victory sent fear across Europe. Japan was no longer just a country. It was an empire. Next came Korea, which Japan took full control of in 1910. Factories expanded, the military grew, and Japanese leaders began to believe they were destined to rule Asia. But behind this rise, something darker was growing. In the 1930s, Japan turned toward extreme military control. Soldiers were taught that death was honor, surrender was shame, and the emperor was divine. Then came the invasion of China in 1937. What followed became one of the darkest chapters in war history. Cities burned, civilians suffered, and secrets were born. One of the most hidden truths was Unit 731, a secret military group that performed human experiments in occupied territories. These were not rumors, these were real. Men, women, and children were used in cruel medical and biological testing. All of it hidden from the world for years. Japan's power continued to grow, but so did its destruction. Japan's biggest mistake came in 1941. Instead of slowing down, it attacked the United States. The attack on Pearl Harbor shocked the world. War exploded across the Pacific. For years, brutal battles crushed cities, islands, and lives. But Japan had pushed too far. In 1945, 2 atomic bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. In seconds, entire cities disappeared. Japan surrendered. The empire collapsed. The world thought Japan would disappear into history. But something unexpected happened. Japan did not fall forever. Without armies, without weapons, Japan rebuilt. It focused on education, technology, and industry. Japanese companies became global giants: Toyota, Sony, Panasonic. The nation that was once built on swords now built the future with machines and innovation. Today, Japan stands as one of the strongest economies on Earth, not through conquest, but through intelligence and resilience.
From samurai shadows to imperial power to peaceful global strength, Japan's story is proof that a nation can rise, fall, and rise again. History is not just about wars, it is about transformation. If you enjoyed this story, like the video, subscribe to Past and Prose, and comment below. Which empire should we explore next? Because every empire has a story waiting to be told.